food at theme parks is so expensive nowadays, like so expensive. I mean, you're talking $30, you know, if you want to get like a burger and a soda and a snack. Some places, though, are giving you free protein snacks, you know, while you ride rides, apparently. I'm breaking Vash with this.
Oh, my.
Kings Island visitors are warned to keep their mouths closed on amusement park rides because of cicadas.
This Kings Island sponsored by Klaus Schwab.
Okay.
I knew where you were going. I couldn't help it.
So there's a roar heard throughout Kings Island in Mason, Ohio, but it isn't just from the crowds and the roller coasters. Cicadas from Brood 14 have made their way to the surface this summer. This brood, Brood 14, was first seen by the Pilgrims in 1634. There's a little bit of American history involved with this particular brood. Dr. Gene Kritzky from Mount St. Joseph University said, I'm sure that really goes a long way to the people who are getting hit in the face with them on roller coasters. They've been emerging a little later than we'd expected in some places. Batavia just had an emergence last week, whereas in Loveland, they started 2 weeks ago. But over the weekend, several people shared their experiences on TikTok of cicadas joining them at Kings Island, including Butler County mom, Hope Daniels. Vash, do you have these encounters? Okay, yeah, let's get your screen up here then, my friend.
Yeah, let's go. So we'll start out with this guy right here.
Oh my gosh. Kings Island.
Not doing too well right there. Yeah, you left the baby behind. Thank you so much for that, by the way. This is not great. I will say, and we've seen kind of a number of maybe insect infestations in some theme parks over the past 6 months or so, but this is definitely something that's it's quite surprising. You can see right here also too some cicadas on guests and so forth at Kings Island. So very surprising, I guess. Yeah, Brood 14.
Not happy.
Cicadas have a pretty good grip mechanism on them too. So they're when they don't want to get off, they aren't going to come off. Cicadas are also known for dying someplace and then just leaving their husk. They're nasty in there, and they are kind of the sound of bugs at night. What you might think is crickets. It'll just be this high-pitched ring out in the ambiance here. I know people who have been at Kings Island within the last week, and and they say this is no joke, and there are fields full of these things. It's nasty.
Oh. Well, you know what, guys, though, Disney is really on the cutting edge of this, though, because if you take a Disney cruise and you go over to that new island, Lighthouse Point, you can get flies in the same way that they have cicadas there for no cost. that will join you for your meal.
It's absolutely amazing. I still don't think they've truly 100% gotten rid of that problem. I think they've minimized it, but they still, I think, have issues with that new island that they've I don't know, partially acquired. I think they share it, but yeah, it's not great, unfortunately. So for roller coaster fans looking to get on, maybe like the Beast or something, yeah, just might want to keep your mouth closed. It's very weird advice.
I mean, look, it's a frustrating thing for any theme park when bug problems are so prevalent. Because it's not really a thing that they can typically control. But this isn't like having a cockroach infestation in one of your restaurants because you're not clean. These are just cicadas. This is just a thing. How long are cicadas everywhere this summer, or is it just in certain areas?
So cicadas have a weird thing where they're like a 7-year brood or something like that. They will lay their eggs, and then I don't think they hatch every year. I think it's like
they don't
every few years. So it's something where there's some kind of a cycle that they go on. So this will happen again, probably not next year. It will not be the same number. It could be more. It could be less. I think it'll be a different brood. Oh my goodness.
I love it. That guy just runs away from his kid. That made me so happy.
With the baby, come on now, what are you doing? That's really something. Yeah, I mean, it's very strange because I remember going to Tennessee for the first time, and hearing the cicadas out there, and it is definitely loud. It really, really is.
Mhm.
And then maybe going there next year and being like, wow, this is really quiet. This is much quieter than what I remember, because those cicadas are really profound. Definitely a sensory experience for sure. But I think this is just limited to parts of the country, as Jonas, I think, illuminated right there. So this might not be happening everywhere, but at least in this area of Ohio,
But these are
Have to contend
historical
with this, I guess.
cicadas. Actually, these are the same brood that the Pilgrims saw.
yes.
It's history.
43 or something.
It's we put them in Liberty Square, and like it could be, exactly what they saw.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you got the brown stripe right there. Now you're going to have the soundtrack of cicadas right there.
Exactly. Or you could just, if you just want to get that in a year where like they're not around, you could just get the vuvuzelas from the World Cup a couple of years back. I remember it just sounded like a swarm of cicadas.
Whoa. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, goodness gracious.
That's a World Cup reference on that Park Place Morning Magic. Now, have you been to this park here at Kings Island?
I've always wanted to go, but I have never gone myself. This park has a very interesting experience, obviously, but I know it was owned by Paramount at one point, and that was a very interesting experience. I think that's when we got Son of Beast, and that didn't last for too long. It's unfortunate right there, but the Beast, obviously a notable coaster at this theme park right here, definitely world-renowned as being almost like one of the world's biggest backyard coasters, with how it was constructed and how it was added to and so forth. Very, very interesting. But
I forget which one was banned, but I've been on Son of the Beast and the Beast at different times, and neither of them is they are jackhammers. They are the kind of coaster that scare you to death because you think it might fall apart. So that's what I was expecting when I went on the voyage that Ash and I have talked about in the past, which is like smooth like butter, despite being a wooden roller coaster. The Beast and the Son of the Beast are like the historic coasters here, and it's an okay park. It needs some love, and it probably needs some policies to keep the kids in line, the teenagers in line.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of independent parks right now, especially ones that have annual passes and things like that. Like over in Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey, they're having a problem with parents in the summer are dropping. So they have their annual pass is like $100, I think, for the year or something like that, or maybe a little bit more. And then they have a $25 meal plan where you can basically eat all day for $25. So what parents are doing, instead of sending their kids to summer camp, is they're buying an annual pass and giving their kids $25 a day and just dropping them off at the theme park and letting them run wild in the theme park all day until they come pick them up late at night.
Salim Basul, the previous CEO of Six Flags, now part of the management team. It's been part of the merger and so forth. He's still part of leadership there, but in a limited capacity. I remember him on a earnings call talking about how people would do that. They would drive their kids down there and they would get them all not just annual passes, but all food passes and so forth. And he's like, we have to not be a place for Walmart customers or something like that. It was pretty discouraging. It's pretty wild. And that was on an earnings call. That was what he was saying publicly. Just imagine what they were thinking privately. But this has been something that theme parks, especially regional parks, have had to contend with. And we've seen differences in how they've dealt with that specific issue that you're talking about there, Marvin. But you also have to understand that these regional parks, I think value is very important, because you're never going to be a Disney. You're never going to be a Universal. You have to attract in other ways. And I think one of those ways is price.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.